Hi and welcome to another episode of Chrystallis Conversations. Today I'm really excited about the guest that I have with me on the show. She's someone who I met for the first time today, but I've known about her and I've followed her story for the last couple of years, and her energy, her positivity, her outlook to life have been an inspiration to me personally. So Efena Otobo,
yes,
welcome
hello.
to Chrystallis Conversations.
Hi.
Thank you. I have to say thank you for agreeing to do this show. I say that Chrystallis Conversations is about having those conversations that matter, about talking about those things that will inspire people. Because I feel like a lot of times maybe we tend to shy away from certain things. People are not really open. Okay. But I just feel like, these are the conversations that matter, because just hearing about your story could have an impact on somebody else that allows them to look at their life in a different way and feel like I can do this. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing this. Because you're sat on the chair now, and so people who don't know may not know that Efena was in a car. You were in a car accident Easter Monday, April 21st of 2014. Your life changed completely, dramatically, because you went from being 27 years of being walking around on your 2 feet, and then this accident happens and you have a spinal cord injury.
It's a T4 T5 spinal cord injury. T stands for thoracic.
Okay.
But I actually fractured my back at the base, so I lost sensation at a higher level, which is why it's now T4 T5.
Tell me a little bit about pre-accident Efena.
I would say, thinking back, I was kind of very into myself. My hobbies were like running, yoga, kickboxing. It was for good health, but it was also vanity as well. I liked having a flat tummy. I liked having a 4-pack.
A fit body.
A fit body, a yoga body. I loved reading. I loved the art of filmmaking. So just lots of TV shows and behind the scenes of movies and stuff like that. That was always very interesting to me. So I was very just about my own world. I tried to be nice to people,
but you were very much into.
But I was very much.
But isn't that normal though? Until something happens,
like drastic happens.
Well, mostly
that changes your perspective entirely.
And were you working?
Yes, I was working in asset management.
And you were enjoying what you were doing?
I was enjoying what I was doing, and I enjoyed my colleagues as well, the people that I was working with.
Everything was going your way.
Yeah, everything.
Until April 21st.
Until April 21st.
What time of the day did the accident happen, by the way?
It happened about 10:30
in the morning?
Yes.
So early in the morning, and then early in the day.
Yeah, early in the day.
So that morning when you woke up, what was your state of mind? Did you have any premonition, or did you?
I had a weird feeling.
Okay.
I did not really want to go to. It was my friend's birthday.
Okay. And the accident happened where?
It happened in Yaba.
Was it a taxi?
It was a taxi. Okay. Yeah, like a car hire, like a taxi.
And you said you had a weird feeling.
Yeah, I felt like it was like a feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I was just like, should I really go? I don't really feel like going. Okay. So my dad actually picked up on that, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't really want to go, but maybe I'll go." So I was like, "Okay, I'll go. I'm going." Okay. So I had a premonition.
Okay. So what happened?
5 minutes later, I was looking down. My bag was on my lap.
Were you sitting in the back?
Yes, I was sitting in the back behind the driver. Okay. Had my seatbelt on. And then out of the corner of my eye, I kind of saw a car racing past us. And what happened is that he was trying to swerve into a gas station, a petrol station. So this was us. And he was trying to make an illegal turn into the petrol station and then pushed us into, there was like a high curb. We kind of crashed into that, and he crashed into us, like at the back, but on the right-hand side. So I felt the impact of the first crash and then him crashing into us.
And did you feel your body move? Or?
My body jerked forward. It was like a whiplash movement. It went like, but like really quick.
Okay.
Like really, really quick. And I just stayed back. And
did you know immediately that something?
Yeah, because my legs looked like that. They were just, it was like my bones weren't there anymore. And I was like, that doesn't look right.
Were there any external injuries at all? Did you?
No, there was no bleeding.
Nothing.
No bleeding. Nothing like that.
Okay. But you knew that.
Yeah,
something
I knew
had gone
instantly
very wrong.
something had gone very, very wrong. And I didn't really feel any pain. I think like my survival instincts kicked in, the adrenaline, everything.
I saw your blog post about how Grey's Anatomy
helped.
So tell me about that.
Yeah, so basically I'm obsessed with Grey's Anatomy. And I actually retain a lot of what they say, a lot of the medical stuff that they say, and how to avoid this, and if something like this happens to you, what you should do. So in my head, I was going over that, and I was like, okay, whenever there's an accident or anything happens, like people just come out from the woodworks to help. So it's good, but also things can go wrong because they don't know what to do. And then I knew that they needed to carry me a certain way, and I needed to keep pressure off the base, which is where the fracture was. So I was like on my knuckles, like this the entire time.
You knew to do that, because I wouldn't know to do that.
Yeah, I need to do that the entire time. I was like that. And then the doctor, when I got to London and my dad told him what I did and stuff, he was like, that movement actually saved my spinal cord, because if I had put pressure on it, it would have broken. Yeah, it kind of made like a loop around itself. Okay. So kind of protected itself.
That presence of mind, not just that you retained the information, but that in the time that you needed that information, you had the presence of mind to recall it. What is it that you remember most about that day, that time?
I remember looking up at the sky and thinking, my life has changed. Like I instantly knew that
nothing was ever going to be the same.
Yes, literally nothing was ever going to be the same again.
Were you in pain at the time?
I wasn't in pain at the time. Okay. I wasn't in pain at the time. So I wasn't in pain until when they tried to do the x-ray and I had to turn on my side. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't even know there could be this much pain
like this in the...
Yeah.
Okay. Once the x-ray was done, they needed to bring you to London.
So I went to 5 different hospitals
in Lagos.
In Lagos. Between Monday and Friday is when the air ambulance
took you.
And I was so happy to see them. Because they just knew what to do. You know, they cushioned me in this like little cocoon, and it was like foam or something.
You were a bit comfortable.
I was so comfortable, and I hadn't really slept.
Okay.
So, and I was flat on my back for those 5 days. So I told them, I was like, knock me out now.
It's been a long journey. That was 2014. This is 2017. Tell me a little bit about the recovery journey. What have been some of the high points for you on that journey, and what are some of the lowest points that you can think of?
Let me start with the highest point. The highest point is that I realized, I was just like, you know what? At this point, could it be any worse? So I opened myself up to all sorts of possibilities. And then I realized that I had this kind of strength that I didn't know I had. I began to explore different things. So I started going to conventions. Which like fan conventions of like, so a particular TV show or many TV shows, the actors come. It's been on my bucket list forever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Forever.
So did the bucket list suddenly become...
Yes. Okay, that's another thing. I started a bucket list. So it could be things like, I want to meet this actor, or I want to go to LA, or I want to go to Alaska. So
following on from the highs that you talked about, tell me about some of the low points that you've experienced on the journey.
So in February 2015, I went to a prophetic conference and there were people getting healed.
You saw?
I saw, I heard, and one person in a wheelchair was healed. Got up after being maybe 5-6 years in a wheelchair. And I remember that night, I just started crying. I was like, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going? Yes, with my mom. I was talking to my mom. I was like, when am I going to be healed? Like, I was devastated and I was filled with this really deep anger. And I was just like, why me? I was like, I was angry at, I think I was angry at God. And I was angry at myself that why did I leave the house that day? I just didn't understand. I was like, I wasn't like a bad person. I wasn't going around stealing things from people. I wasn't like I was just going about my life.
I didn't deserve this.
Yeah, I was like, I really did not deserve it. Like, what did I do? What have I done in my past that I need to be paralyzed? Yeah, it was not a good time for me. I think that was, and it lasted maybe like a couple of days. And then the conference got a bit better and I felt better. I prayed as well and lots of people prayed for me and it was an interesting experience. But then periodically, I would just get, maybe like every few months, I would just get really upset. Like maybe when I'm trying to do something. I used to be so simple. So I have like a electric chair that takes me from downstairs to upstairs. It's called a stair lift. So then I sit in it and then it's like a remote control. And I just want to go upstairs and have a shower.
It's a whole process.
It's a whole process. Everything just becomes so long.
Do you cook?
Yes, I do. I started cooking. I cooked Christmas dinner December last year.
Did you?
It took me about 3.5 hours.
Did you feel like a sense of accomplishment?
Yes, I did. I looked at it. I kept on going on. I was like, when I cook Christmas lunch. And it was tasty.
It was good.
It was very good.
Isn't it sometimes how the little things sometimes give you the greatest joys? I'm going to talk about your GoFundMe appeal.
Yes.
Which is how I heard about you in the first place. So on Facebook, I got this link. Somebody shared a link about this GoFundMe appeal, and I clicked on it and I read the story. I saw the video, and it resonated instantly with me. I realized it resonated not just with me, but with a lot of people. Yeah, you raised, the GoFundMe appeal raised, I think, £175,000 in 10 months. Yeah, I had, last time I checked, had about 7,000 shares. Yeah, which is, mind-blowing. I did not know it was going to be that popular. Why do you think people were so moved by your story? When I decided to do the GoFundMe thing, I told people what I needed the money for. And then my periodic updates, I just made sure I was truthful and honest as possible. I think they were inspired by just what I was going through. And people kept on talking about my smile. Yeah. I was just going to say. So I watched the video, and what drew people is the smile and the authenticity. I think people are attracted to someone who's authentic in their pain and in their struggles. And you very much are open about what you're going through. Yeah. So the smile, I think, well, I've always enjoyed smiling. I keep smiling because I draw strength from my relationship with God. So I got a stronger relationship with God doing this, because I was like, okay, you know what, I can't do this on my own. So in spite of the anger, even in the moments of anger, you still... Yeah. It's like I'm angry with like my best friend. That's how it is now. Just like, seriously, why? And then I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. When you ask God why me? Do you have any... No, the why me, still... No answer. So I don't really ask that question anymore. I stopped asking it probably in 2015. Not a productive question. Yeah. Do you still play that day over in your mind, and do you still have those what if that car had never come? Yes. Not anymore. I decided that
that why did I leave my house, I was like, I don't think I should be asking that question anymore, because it happened.
There's nothing you can do to
and
change
there's nothing
it.
I can do about it. But then it also regrets. There are certain things that I do still regret. Like I wish I had dated more. That's one of the things.
You did another blog post
Yeah.
where you spoke about your fear that you might never find love, you might never get married, that who would want to marry you in a wheelchair. That's raw. It's deep. Not many people would express that, at least, and definitely not in a public forum like on a blog like you did. I think that blog post was from late last year.
Yes.
What are your feelings now about dating, romance?
I'm still scared. The question of will I ever be loved by someone is definitely crosses my mind. It's actually like stuck in the back of my mind, because there are many things that are different. And in terms of the intimate side of things, certain things need to be explained. Like you're making out, I'm feeling all sexy, all of a sudden my leaking bladder, because that happens sometimes, kind of comes into play. I have to explain to someone that, okay, you know what, this
Sometimes
could happen.
my bladder leaks.
And I'm trying to imagine telling someone that and how they would react. So it's a scary thought. I have friends who they started dating maybe like after 7 years of being in a wheelchair, and they're dating someone now. So I talked to them about it.
Were you dating anyone at the time of the accident?
No, I was about to start dating. I had I had made a decision to be like, okay, I'm going to start dating, because basically a relationship kind of broke up maybe about a couple of years before that. And it took me a while. It was my first proper relationship, first love, blah, blah, all that dramatic stuff. Yeah, so just before the accident happened, I was like, okay, I'm going to start going out on dates. I hadn't met anybody.
Okay,
I had like potential people, but I was kind of like going out on dates type thing. Where I was like, okay, now I'm ready for something serious. Before the accident too, I kind of had weird views of marriage. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to get married. Sometimes it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind it. But I've always kind of wanted kids. So I was like, okay, I don't mind if I have kids without someone. Like the kids are what's important to me.
So, and now, is that still on your list, having kids?
Yes, but it's more of a abstract concept type thing.
Why is it that because physically?
Because
is that possible?
No, physically it is possible, because I have an aunt who's an OBGYN over here. So she's had patients who are paralyzed, and she's explained to me how it can, it's really...
Okay, but so this is more of a mental, emotional
it's more
shift,
of a mental,
maybe.
emotional thing. Yeah. That, would I meet somebody who would be interested to have kids with me, to go through the process of having kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But I have like names picked out
for the kids. Yeah. Hold on to those names. Now tell me about post-accident Efena. How different or how similar is she?
So post-accident Efena she's stronger. And before I used to rely on like hanging out with people from, I'd be like, I was comfortable with myself alone, but now I'm really comfortable with myself alone. Like I entertain myself constantly. Just, sometimes I just think of something funny. I'm like, that's really funny. Just by myself. There's nobody there. So that's, And then I've gotten into screenwriting. So I've started doing like some courses, and then I'm also more fearless.
Okay.
Right? So that comes with my photo shoot that I titled #NoFear.
Yes. So you did that photo shoot. I saw the pictures on Instagram. What was the experience like?
It was amazing. Like,
how did that come about?
There's this girl that I kind of stalk on Instagram called, her Instagram name is really cool. It's called You Walk, I Glide. Which I just thought that was cool. And she's like a blogger, makeup artist, brand ambassador. And she does quite a few photo shoots. She's also like a model. And yeah, so from there I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do a photo shoot. And I got introduced to a makeup artist through my friend, and I just had so much fun. Yeah.
You showed your legs?
Yes, I showed my legs.
Was that a big deal for you?
Before the photo shoot, I decided I was going to wear heels. I was going to start wearing heels. And then I was like, okay, I can wear shorts now. And I'd been working out, like prior to the accident. I changed my diet as well.
Some of the shots were quite sexy.
Pre-accident Efena I was very into my, I would say, sensuality.
Do you still access that side of you, and is it still important to you to express that side of you?
I did during the photo shoot.
Yeah,
and sometimes that upsets me.
Oh, how do you mean?
I really liked wearing like a lot of Victoria's Secret like lingerie, just for myself, not even for anybody.
So it upsets you that you can't wear that now? Or
I mean, I can, but it's not the same. You know?
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't really have the same effect that it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think? I think that would evolve in terms of your ability to express that side of you.
Yes.
And be confident. About that side of you.
Yeah.
I think it's a process, but I think you'll get there. You've been away from Nigeria since the accident.
Yeah.
3.5 years or so, and now you're going back home next week. How are you feeling about it? Are you excited? Are you apprehensive?
Apprehensive is the right word. Because of how inaccessible and wheelchair unfriendly Nigeria is, there are literally steps everywhere. And trying to get into public places like banks and restaurants, there are no alternative routes. So I basically can't go in. Even getting to an ATM, there are like 2 or 3 steps.
Isn't it funny how you
so
probably never thought about any of this until it affected you personally? But now that it's touched you, and others who are now experiencing this by proxy, your family, your parents, your siblings, your friends. Is this something that you want to do anything about? Yeah,
that's actually one of the big things that I have planned. I want to start a conversation.
Okay.
I'm actually planning to start a second blog called The Girl in the Wheelchair, and it's just going to different places and trying to basically analyzing how they can be more accessible.
And showing
them and also giving them ratings as well, where they did well, where they don't do well.
Yeah, and I think if you when you not just blog but do a video as well, so people can actually see I'm in a wheelchair, I literally cannot get into
exactly
this place.
So video and pictures, that kind of thing.
This is a bank, I can't get in. This is a school.
Yes.
This is the airport.
Yeah.
I can't get in.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's know how that goes.
Yeah,
and how we can support.
Definitely.
About conversations that matter. It's having these conversations, I think, and raising the consciousness.
Exactly, making people aware. Because it's not people. I mean, because even prior to before I was in the wheelchair, I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Until we start talking about it more, then change. We'll begin to see the real change that we're looking for. It's been 3 years, and I know that a lot has changed for you. Obviously, to put it mildly, but we're all at the core of you. You're still Efena.
Yes.
No wheelchair or no wheelchair.
Exactly.
When you dream, are you in a wheelchair?
Never in a wheelchair. From the first, maybe like couple of days after the accident, every single time I'm walking, and I can literally, sometimes it's so real, I can feel the ground underneath my feet. So in the beginning, I would wake up trying to move my legs, and nothing happens, and it happens all over again.
And then
the devastation,
you'd feel it all over again.
I feel it all over again.
Because you wake up to this reality.
Exactly.
I think the last question I wanted to ask, well, one more question, 2 more questions actually. When last did you cry?
2 days ago.
Why?
Because I got an image of myself at the scene of the accident.
What triggered that image?
I don't even know. I don't remember. I think I was thinking, going back to Lagos, because I actually want to go back
to the scene of the accident.
I'm gonna do like a video and put it on my blog and everything, and on my Instagram too. And it just came suddenly, And I just started crying because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm going back home. Because it wasn't, my visa got rejected. It wasn't like as if I planned this trip to Nigeria. It just kind of came out of nowhere. No. I had no intention of going back to Nigeria unless maybe like a best friend's wedding.
Oh, this was going to be a permanent. At this point you felt I'll be here.
At this point,
obviously easier for you to be here.
London, between here and then eventually I want to move to California.
Oh, okay.
So in my mind, Nigeria was not even. It was just like, okay, if something important or dramatic happens,
I'll go home.
But
now you're being forced prematurely.
Exactly.
There's a reason for that, I think.
Yeah,
it's that's I
confront like a lot of things. Yeah, that's what I think, and then I have ideas in my mind of what I want to do. So I think it's important. I think it's important that I go back.
It's important to go back sometimes.
So
to go forward, you have to go back sometimes.
So that's when I cried.
Right.
And then it wasn't very long, maybe like a 10-minute cry, and I was like, okay,
I let it out.
Fine. Yeah.
When do you feel most vulnerable?
I think it's when I'm trying to complete a simple task and I can't, or there's just something that happens that makes it really frustrating. Like maybe when I need to have a shower and then I'm really tired and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to transfer to the stair lift, then transfer to the shower chair before I get to the bathroom. It's just not simple anymore. It's so complex.
And when do you find you have to ask for help for so many things?
Yes, being dependent. I don't enjoy that at all.
Okay. I asked you when you feel most vulnerable.
Yeah.
I want to round up by asking you when you feel the most powerful.
Ooh, that's a good question. When I feel the most powerful, I think is when I've achieved something that, like for example, I think like when I go to all my different fan conventions and I meet an actor that I really like, and then maybe it's like the end of the day and I'm just recapping everything and I'm looking at my pictures, trying to sort it out for Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. And just that feeling, it's kind of really hard to describe, but it's like my heart and my soul, they're full, if that makes any sense. Like they're just like really happy. Or like maybe there's this workout that I've been trying to do, like I've been building up. Yes, because I do my own physiotherapy on my own because it's cheaper. I have all my equipment in my room, and so I'm in the standing frame and I'm trying to like do something really difficult, and I'm like, as soon as I do it, that feeling comes again of my heart being full, and I'm like, okay, that's what I feel exactly, and I've achieved something that just makes me happy. Yeah,
an inspiration.
Thank you.
You are powerful.
Thank you.
Beyond what you might even imagine. You've come through what would, I think, literally
break a lot of
people, knock a lot of us down. You're still standing. I say that figuratively speaking.
Yeah, I always say still sitting.
You're still standing. You're still sitting. And I look at you and I think, my God, she is a powerful woman, and that's why I wanted to end it on that note. And I'm excited to see what you get up to in the next few years. Because it's going to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be sharing it all.
It's going to be here. Keep sharing, keep being authentic.
Yes.
Keep inviting us to come on this journey with you.
Yes.
And inviting us to also be our authentic selves, because that's where the healing is.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you.
That was, I don't know if it came across, but it was very emotional for me. Please comment, let me know what you think. Send me an email as well. Share your thoughts with me. As I said at the beginning, that Chrystallis Conversations is really about conversations that matter. I'm excited. I feel like Efena is someone who's going to change things, who's going to change society, who's going to change minds. Follow her story and keep talking. Let's continue those conversations. Thank you for joining, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Chrystallis Conversations.
Yay.